What's up everybody, Johnny here. Today's video is going to be about the dreaded brain fog, and I'm going to try to explain what it feels like to me, even though I understand it'll probably be different for most people that experience it. Everyone has a different array of feelings and symptoms of how they feel while it's happening, but it is a very underappreciated, misunderstood part of ME that a lot of people that don't suffer from ME should understand how debilitating it can be. So what it's like for me is, imagine going to bed after a long day where you're exhausted, right? And it's one of those nights where as soon as your head hits the pillow, you're out. And you just go right into deep sleep, you're just toast. Now imagine 2 or 3 hours later when you're in deep sleep, someone abruptly wakes you up. There's some type of emergency or a loud noise and you pop up. For about 5 to 10 seconds, you kind of don't know what's going on. You're trying to get your senses, your wit back to kind of understand what's going on. You're just a little like zoned out and drowsy. Imagine being stuck in a constant state of that feeling all day, all week, months, or permanently. That's brain fog to me. One of the symptoms that it causes is feeling disconnected and in a dream-like state. Symptom. Another symptom brain fog may cause is forgetfulness. Man, that's a big one. I mean, I remember filling out an application for something where I had to put my name, my address. Completely forgot my address. I mean, I stared at this page for a good minute. I mean, which doesn't sound like a long time, but just staring at a piece of paper in a doctor's office, filling out paperwork, and I can't remember my address. Losing a sense of space and time is another symptom. And I don't mean that in a Star Trek kind of way, but just depth perception. I'll find myself bumping into stuff, running into things, stubbing my toes, almost tripping on things. I'm a pretty coordinated person, or at least I was growing up. And when the brain fog is really flaring up, space seems to be something I can't, depth and space seems to be something I can't calculate like I normally do. And time, sometimes I feel like I've been doing something for hours and it's been 15 minutes. And that's what I mean by space and time disorientation. When you have a flare-up of brain fog, it's like that 24/7. You can't gather your thoughts. You can't remember basic things like an address. Someone will ask you what you had for lunch. You can't remember. I get it. That happens to people without brain fog. But when you add all these symptoms happening at the same time, it's very debilitating. It's not just like, oh. I want to be clear about that, just in case someone who's watching this and is skeptical and goes, oh, this happens to everybody, quit complaining about this. You wouldn't last a minute in my shoes if you think that it's easy. People that have dealt with brain fog, I'm sure you could walk in my shoes and be all right because you've dealt with it. But if you're one of those people thinking this is just someone complaining about having some issues about forgetting and forgetfulness and this and that, you wouldn't last a minute. I guarantee you that. I've always been quick-witted. I've always been smart, not to toot my own horn here, but I don't like when people tell me that this happens to everybody. No, it doesn't. And again, some people with ME have this permanently. They no longer function like they used to, and they're going to deal with this the rest of their lives. There's a lot of people that have ME that were extremely successful, extremely intelligent people. They're a shell of what they used to be, and that's the reality. I don't want to hear those skeptics out there saying this happens to everybody. It does not. Another thing that happens when I have brain fog is just being quiet, becoming an introvert, which I'm generally not quiet or an introvert. Is another big one is slurring words and having speech issues. A lot of people have this. I've had simple tasks become very difficult when you have brain fog because you're not intaking information in the same manner. Symptoms out there. It's a debilitating neuro issue. So you might see someone like me, eating out, and you might get to chatting with me and I say that I have ME, and you might look at me and say, hey, it's not too bad. You really can't see this because I really do believe it's right at the top with the most debilitating symptom. Now, I'm sure I left things out, so please add in the comments whatever it is you feel I left out. I'd like to know what it's like for you guys out there. Now, in a final thought, I want to add that none of this is depression related. Doesn't mean it can't be. But before you get the people out there, I already know there's gonna be people out there claiming that this is just, anxiety, depression, these type of things. Take that mess, take it somewhere else. That's not what this is. This can also just last for an hour and go away. So, and then some people, it's permanent no matter how many antidepressants and poison that they're given. So before all that talk starts, I want to put that disclaimer out there. I've already been checked by many professionals who all agree it's not psychological at all. And I'm also speaking on behalf of a lot of people that I know with ME, not psychological. All right, guys, until next time, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.